what kind of role can you envision for Ukraine? Where Ukraine can find itself in the world? I was just 2 days ago speaking in the OG before their referendum. And the common question that the Dutch people ask is, why the hell do we need Ukraine? What does Ukraine give us? So what is your response to the question, what can Ukraine give to the world? What can Ukraine's role be in the world? If I ask you.
Right now,
It takes some other things to be part of this.
Ukraine right now is the place where, out of all countries in the world, people are fighting for freedom. And the EU, for example, is claiming that its role is to promote a way of life, and right now Ukraine is fighting for that way of life. So there's that symbolic nature of the Ukrainian struggle, which is very, very important. But beyond that, there are critical strategic interests at stake for Europe and for the United States. Ukraine, as it likes to point out, is physically the largest country that is wholly in Europe. It's a country with substantial natural resources, a well-educated population, relatively large by European standards. Ukraine moving decisively towards democracy, open society, and a market economy is Ukraine which becomes stable, prosperous, and an anchor of European security. The Ukraine that moves in that direction has an additional very important strategic and moral effect for the West, which is a successful Ukraine is an example for the people of Russia that a Slavic nation can succeed in an open society. Now, in fact, there are other Slavic nations that have already done that, proved that. Poland, for example. But the history between Ukraine and Russia is closer than that between Poland and Russia. And success here would be a strong boost for those in Russia who believe in a democratic society, in a society where the leaders are responsive to the people rather than stealing from and repressing them. So all of these things mean that we have a great moral and strategic stake in the outcome of this country. And Ukraine will ultimately get to an open society. But given the current transitional nature of the leadership, of the culture, for every 1 or 2 steps forward, there'll be a half step or 1 step to the side or backwards. And we in the West, who are Ukraine's friends and supporters, need to understand that as we look at even the problems of the current political crisis here.